Welcome back. I'm here with Kate Jones of Telluride Arts. Kate, how are you today?
I'm great. Hi, Kevin.
How are you?
I'm really well.
That's good.
How are
That's
you
good.
today?
I'm doing all right. The weather's pretty nice right now.
It's gorgeous out there.
Yeah.
Yes,
Listen,
indeed.
I'm curious. Tell me, what is it that brought you to Telluride? Like, what brought you to Telluride Arts? Tell me your history.
Okay. I came here from Washington State, where I did a very similar job up in the rural North Cascades. It was beautiful up there too, and I came here for this job to be the director of what then was the Telluride Council for the Arts and Humanities. And then we changed the name to Telluride Arts and then established the Arts District. So now we use those two names interchangeably. And I'm the director of that organization. And I met you in my first office in the Strong House. We were all mixed up in amongst the studios at that time.
Yeah.
And you came in as this little pipsqueak kid with a big portfolio, and you needed a place to work.
That's right.
You remember?
Yeah. I was just working out of my bedroom at the time. I had no room at all. Like, I
Yeah.
definitely needed space, and then just came in and was like, hey, I need a space.
And we said no. We didn't have any space at all. And
Yep.
then you came back the next day with your portfolio. And we said, sorry, it's not really about the quality of work. We literally just don't have any space. And then you came back the next day and you were like, well, can we just check it out? And you found a little space under the elevator, the old historic elevator. And you made that your studio for 4 years
Yeah, that was my home.
and produced a ton of work.
Definitely.
I own some of your original work, in fact.
All rare pieces now.
Yeah, I'm thinking the value's going up daily.
See about that.
Anyway, so good to see you here in
Yeah.
Telluride.
You as well. So, I had heard that Telluride Arts has been doing something with the transfer warehouse building. Now, I know you guys have been throwing parties in there for a couple of years, and those are always
Yeah.
a lot of fun. But what's been going on with that?
Well, it was about 4 years ago that we got involved in that big development that was happening on that whole property that included the Stronghouse Studios, that big parking lot, and the transfer warehouse. It also included the lot across the street that now has been built already, the one between the warehouse and the library. That developer came in, they bought that property from the Zolines, and they were planning to do this big development, which is almost completed. They needed to provide a community benefit. This is a requirement to do that kind of development in Telluride. And we were invited to be the nonprofit to essentially shepherd what that community benefit would be. At the time, we were tenants of the Stronghouse, which we loved, but it needed a lot of TLC, as you well know. And we were invited to make a proposal to become the owners of the Stronghouse. And at that moment, decided we'd really rather have the warehouse. We felt like the warehouse deserved to be a public space. And at the time, they were talking about building a big restaurant and doing a condo in there, as per usual. So we got involved, and it took about 3 years to negotiate the deal. And during that time, we started opening up the building for parties and getting people excited about being in the space and getting people excited about activating that as a public space and a cultural center. So it's been about 4 years of due diligence and negotiations and town approvals and fundraising. And just a couple of weeks ago, we paid off the debt on the building,
Congratulations.
which means that we own it outright, and put some money in the bank in order to at least build a roof on the building.
So, if I'm not mistaken, then whatever you guys end up planning on doing with it, it has to be for the public, something that the public
That's
can
right.
use.
And that's something we feel really proud of as an organization, is that we took it out of the private domain and made it a public space forever. That can never be taken away. So it's the first time in the history of the building, it was built in 1906, that it's been a public space. It feels like a public space because people love that building so much, and it's been a warehouse, and then it was a gas station, and lots of people have used the space. But now it's truly a public space that'll be open for people to flow into all the time.
Awesome. And so what are some of the things you're planning to put inside of the transfer warehouse when it's completed?
So our vision is to max out that space with 4 floors. So instead of just putting a roof on, which is our base requirement that the town has asked us to do as part of this whole deal. We are going to take a little time and raise more money and make it a 4-story cultural center. So underground is a media room. It'll be for film screening and broadcast, like this kind of space. Kodo could use it for like live concerts or live broadcast. Telluride TV can use it. Our film festivals can use it. We can have art films there, things like that. It's a small, finely tuned space. Then the ground floor will function a lot like the warehouse functions now, with lots of different kinds of parties and community activities. So we just have a little arts bazaar, that kind of stuff can happen in there. We can have artist receptions, we can have big parties, we can have dinners, we can do all sorts of community events in that space. That's our most flexible space. And then on the second story is a 4,000 square foot exhibition space. So very large scale. And we can do exhibitions that aren't possible anywhere else in this town. It's going to be climate controlled, beautifully lit, and also we imagine free and open to the public all the time. It can also double as artist in residence studios during the off season when there isn't a lot of traffic for an exhibit. So it has a lot of flexibility, but primarily will be used as an exhibition space. And then on the rooftop, we have another community space. It can also be used for small concerts. I think the capacity right now is about 200 people for that rooftop. It can be used for meetings. There's a beautiful community table on that level, and then there's a bar and like museum quality food service throughout. So like probably light soups and sandwiches.
You guys have got this all planned out. That's a
We
lot.
do. We've been planning for a very long time.
Awesome. Well,
Yes.
hey, I appreciate you coming on and letting everyone know what's gonna be happening to that building. And it seems like the future of Telluride Arts is insanely bright right now.
Thank you, Kevin. We really look at this building as an opportunity to amplify all that we do for the local arts community.
We all appreciate it.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for
Great
coming
to
on.
see you.
Thank you.